Brown Swanson, and welcome to Community Connection. On this show, we are going to connect with two remarkable women. These women are both living with disabilities, and their stories will inspire you. Our first guest is well-known Peninsula resident Louise Brown. Louise has Down syndrome, but she will tell you it's up syndrome, and when you meet Louise, she is always up. And our next guest is Tracy Ashton. She is an actor and comedian. Tracy lost her leg to cancer, and you may have seen her. She plays Dee Dee on the NBC hit My Name is Earl, so stay tuned because Tracy's going to be ahead. But joining us first is the one and only Louise Brown. Louise, it is so nice to have you in our studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
Louise, I've had you on my shows in the past. It's so great to have you here. How's it going?
Good fun, thank you.
So what are you up to? I know you're always busy doing lots of things.
Yes, I have.
And what do you got going now? Are you working?
Yes, I am working as Assistant Secretary of the Church of the Brethren.
Mm-hmm.
And I get paid.
You get paid to do that? Fabulous.
Paid employee.
I know you used to work at Goodwill Industries.
I was there for 19 years.
You worked for 19 years, and you were up, I think, did you get picked up at 5 o'clock in the morning? You were up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I was up around 5 o'clock in the morning.
You are one motivated girl. I was saying earlier, Louise, you love to say, I don't have Down syndrome, I have up syndrome.
I have up syndrome instead of Down syndrome.
And what does that mean to you when you say that?
I'm more upper than being downer.
Exactly, exactly. But your life, I mean, you are amazing to me. You do so much in the course of a day.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get your motivation?
Well, a lot of practice, a lot of energy,
Uh-huh.
and I'm always out of the door.
There you go. You have a lot of energy, and one of the things you've really focused on in your life is acting. And
Yes.
You're a great actress. Our viewers watching, they may not remember, but it was a while ago, you were hanging out with George Clooney on ER.
Yes, I was.
Tell our viewers a little bit about that scene. You were playing yourself, someone that had Down syndrome.
With,
or up syndrome.
Yeah, it was up syndrome, yeah. And her mother did want her to have a
heart transplant?
the heart transplant. Or she didn't want it in the first place.
And what happened in the end? Did you get the heart transplant?
I don't know. Maybe she did.
Yeah, because people like you, when you have Down syndrome, one issue for you is your heart. And
I have this thing called congenital heart and lung problem.
So you have to really watch you staying healthy, and
Yes.
are you exercising and doing all those things to keep your heart strong?
Well, the only reason why I lost all this weight because I had a very bad fall at the North Theater,
Mm-hmm.
and it was I had my very first heart attack,
And
that was a very bad nightmare.
it was. But you always rally, Louise. Everybody
Yeah.
was worried. I remember it was even, I think that was in the newspaper. And on the subject of the newspaper, you are part of the very famous family, Pat and Frank Brown with the PV News.
Yeah.
And your sister has Restaurant Christine.
Mm-hmm.
And your brother has another
The
restaurant,
San
San
Peter
Peter
Brewing
Brewing Company. All these Browns doing all these things. What's it like keeping up with the Browns?
Mm-hmm.
Or do they have to keep up with you?
Yeah, it's because sometimes when it comes to me, that I am always doing things for other people, not beside myself.
Right. And your parents, because they're with the PV News, they're always out in the community covering stories. Do you sometimes go along with them?
Sometimes I do.
Yeah. Do you give them ideas for stories?
I've always wanted to become someone in the news area.
Right. You think you may be a
News
reporter
media.
someday? Maybe we can
Yeah.
set you out here for Channel 33. We could give you an assignment. I think you'd do great.
I could do that.
Talk more about some of the shows you've been on, because you were not only in ER, you were in the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas
With Johnny Depp.
with Johnny Depp. So
Uh-huh.
you've been hanging out with George Clooney, Johnny Depp. You're making
I
all of
even
our
kissed him
lady
for the
viewers.
first time.
You kissed George Clooney or Johnny?
Yeah, for the first time.
Wow. What was that like?
Oh, heavenly.
Heavenly. Do we have any clips of that? No,
Not
we probably
with
didn't
me.
get that one
I'm
on footage.
sorry.
We're going to show our viewers some clips of you a little later on. One thing that I think is so cool about you is that you went to school in Palos Verdes.
Yes.
You were the very first student to enter the school district with
With
Down syndrome and the very first student to graduate.
Yeah,
What was that like to have that honor?
that was really remarkable. It
Uh-huh.
was really uplifting,
Did you have
and
a
I'm
favorite?
also very down to earth.
Did you have a favorite subject when you were at
My
school?
favorite subject was going to be math.
Math. You'll still work on math. I think your mom told me you like to do puzzles.
Yes, I do. My crossword puzzles.
You're good at crossword puzzles. Now, when you graduated, James, your brother, got to graduate
James
with you.
and I both graduated together.
So you like hanging out with him, I'm sure.
Yes.
He's still running that restaurant in San Pedro. Do you have any favorite dishes when we
River floats.
the ribs?
No, the
root beer floats. Oh, root beer floats.
Yeah.
We'll have to remember that. How about at Restaurant Christine's, at your sister's restaurant?
My most favorite is going to be the Rack of Lamb.
The rack of lamb. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So do you like to cook? Do you help your mom cook at home? Because I know she was a caterer.
I do help her, but I do my own thing.
Right. You like to do your own thing.
I like anything, really.
Good.
Just have to watch my weight.
Good. We all need to do that.
Yeah.
Now, Louise, when you turned 40, I filmed your party. You had a big birthday party at the PV Art Center.
Yeah.
And now you're 45.
Yeah.
I can't believe, where's the time going?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time does fly when you're having fun. But in the past few years, what are some exciting things you've been up to?
Well, I have a very active life.
You do. You do.
Besides being with my parents all my life, I want to do other things too.
But it's nice hanging out. You have amazing parents. We love your parents, Pat and Frank.
I love them badly.
They're a lot of fun. Speaking of your parents, I want to take a break. I was with you, Louise, and right around Mother's Day. And what were you doing? Tell our viewers what you were making. Do you remember making? You were making 100 flowers to give out at Mother's Day?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to share with our viewers how hard of a worker you are when they see you making these flowers. So let's have a look.
We're making these flowers for Mother's Day. Making the flowers for Mother's Day.
And these are going to go to Restaurant Christine's?
Right. And so when each mother comes to have dinner at the restaurant on Sunday, on Mother's Day, after she's finished with dinner, she'll be given one of these flowers. And they're silk flowers that have pins on them, so the mothers can pin them on their blouses or their suits. And they each have a little bumblebee or a butterfly on them. And they're
They have snails.
And they have escargot, snails on them. Escargot because it's Mother's Day at Restaurant Christine. And Louise is putting these together with the great help from Robin Kiss.
I am assembling flowers into these carry out things.
A lot of work, Louise. I mean, this is a lot of work. Is it fun? You having fun?
Yes, I'm having fun, but I love to work anyway.
Good job.
How many of these are you making?
I'm making,
Or how many of these are you and Robin making?
Robin and I are making
60.
60.
Or 60 plus, because we
60
have now the
plus.
whole box.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah.
We think it will be more like 80, darling.
80, yeah.
I don't know, Louise. I didn't sign on for 80. I only signed on for 60. Wait a minute. I need a recount.
No thanks to 11.
No?
None.
We need the other
It's a
bag
very good friend of mine.
that had the shred in it.
As you can tell me, some of these flowers are taken by who are developmentally disabled people in Texas, and that's why we're doing this. A little bit of pencil
Yep. Next.
and a little flower.
Yep.
And you close it up, you give it to somebody else.
That's quite an assembly line.
Yeah.
Robin, talk a little bit why you've come here to help Louise do this.
Over the years, we've just had this new partnership that when Louise needs to do a project, we sit down together and kind of brainstorm what she'd like to do, and I help her to make it happen.
Right.
And working with Louise as being part of the Brown family, it just raises my spirits in a way that I can't even begin to explain. It's just a wonderful experience.
Louise is very cool, she's smart, she's talented, she's artistic, and she taught me sign language.
What'd she teach you?
Well, she went through the whole alphabet, like, she taught me A is for apple. And she went through the whole alphabet going like that.
I want to wish all mothers a beautiful Mother's Day.
Louise, after being with you, making all those flowers, and you were so nice to give me one. I wish I forgot to wear today, but you're not wearing yours. We'll have to wear them on our next show because they are gorgeous.
Thank you.
But that's just showing me you are amazing. You're determined, and you're always working. You work at Canyon Verde?
Yes.
Talk about what that is.
I've been there for now almost 4 years this coming July.
And what do you do there? You do work on the computer?
Yeah, computers.
So you learn computer skills and...
Computer skills, and I love to do something behind the camera.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I asked you maybe you've been in all these great movies already. Do you have any new goals or new roles? And you said maybe you'd like...
I would do no roles.
You'd like a new role. You said instead of being in front of the camera, you want to take one of my students' jobs here and be a camera person?
Him.
Yeah. Your job is gone. Louise is taking it. Now, we'll have you on camera next show. We would love that. You have so many talents. For anybody watching, Louise, and their family, if they have someone right now that lives with them that has UP syndrome, what would you tell that family?
Well, being UP syndrome is no different from anyone else.
Right.
I'm just being myself.
Yeah.
That's all.
But you are not only different, you're very, very special. And we're so thankful you came back on our studio. We're going to have to take a break. And I'd love for you, one other talent Louise has is she signs. So could you share with our viewers, sign and say, thank you for watching. We'll be right back with Tracy right after this.
Okay, I can try
You
it.
can sign into that camera.
We will be right back with this.
All right. Thank you. And we'll be right back. Thanks for being here, Louise Brown. You're the
Thank you.
best.
37-year-old Downs patient, mother found her in bed in respiratory distress. Resp shallow at 30, BP's 100/50. Mom says she had a respiratory infection a couple of weeks ago, never fully recovered.
Where's the mother now?
She wanted to gather up some of her stuff, says she's following her car.
2+ pitting edema.
Hi, Louise. I'm Dr. Green. You having a little trouble breathing, are you? Okay, we're gonna make you feel better, okay? All right?
She's sweet, scared. Held my hand all the way over.
Louise, can you tell me what day it is? No, you can't tell me? No, okay. Dr. Doyle, why don't you take a listen? Tell me what you hear. Chuny, come hold Louise's hand.
You bet.
CBC lights, EKG, chest film, O2, 6 liters by mass.
Hi, Louise. My name's Chuni. S3 gallop and mitral regurg.
Indicative of what?
Possible cardiomyopathy, probably from that viral infection. Hey, Mark. She's trying to say something.
Hey, Louise. Louise, you need something? Huh? Louise, what's wrong?
Where's my mom?
Your mom? Your mom is coming real soon, okay? Don't you worry. You can just relax. You're doing great, okay?
Fall.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
She looks like she's feeling better.
Yeah, she ate a little bit. Seems to be breathing okay.
Who's her friend?
That's my brother. I had my mom bring him down. I figured Louise could use some company. Hey, Jimmy. Say hi to Dr. Green. That's
Hey,
my
Dr.
boss.
Green.
Hi, Jimmy. How are you?
What'd they say?
Welcome back to Community Connection. I'm Liz Brown Swanson. We are now going to connect with our next guest, an amazing woman, Tracy Ashton, an actor and comedian. Thank you for being here, Tracy.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Well,
Thank
it's
you
so
for
fun to have
having me.
you here. And I want to tell my viewers, I met you at the Wayfarers Chapel, and I found you so inspiring. The fact that you are a single mom, you're doing it all, and you lost your leg to cancer.
Yes.
Talk about what happened to you.
Well, I was a dance major in college, and after college I went on to do, plays and things like that. But then I got sick, and I totally got out of performing because I wanted to concentrate on getting well. And it was about a 10-year struggle for me. In between that time, I did have my son, and very happy to have him in my life. And it was after my leg was amputated, about a year after the recovery, I decided I needed to do something for myself again, to have some fun. And I started doing an improv class, and just had a great time with doing that. And I started writing comedy and doing some sketch work. And little by little, I actually got on a television show and got my SAG card. And little by little, I've done a little bit of movie work and television work, and it's great fun.
So you were interested, you were saying, in this industry,
Mm-hmm.
and then after having what the public would see as a disability, you've really turned that around and created, in a way, an opportunity, don't you think, for what you're doing? For example, you were in NBC's hit show,
Yeah.
My Name is Earl,
Yes,
and
yeah.
you play an amputee, Dee Dee.
Yes. It's the producers and creators of the show. They didn't actually know me, but they had this funny idea for the main character Earl to steal a car from a one-legged girl. So
You're the one-legged
yeah,
girl.
So it was just my time to get something, and they're great people to work with. I've been very lucky with the people that I have gotten jobs from. They're just amazing people, and it's not viewed as a disability. It's just viewed as this is just another person, because in real life there are people with disabilities, but it doesn't mean that that they should be isolated and stuff, because
Right.
people with disabilities are members of your family and friends, and it's encompassing.
We were talking about that because there was an article recently, just in this week's Daily Read,
Yes.
and it's, here it says clearly disabled. And what the focus is, I was first surprised it was saying there's 51 million Americans living with disabilities. That's 18% of the population.
Yeah.
That maybe 32 million of those are considered severe, which
Right.
being an amputee or be considered severe.
Yeah, there's all different types of disabilities, and whether you are born with a disability or whether you become disabled during your lifetime, we have a saying in the disabled community, there are people that are disabled, and there are people who are just not disabled yet. So
Right. And that's what this article was focusing on, is that just constant education of the public, and to say, it's not like we used to say learning to overcome a disability. Well, no, it's living with the disability,
Right,
and
right,
that's how we have
exactly.
to sort of see that. And of course, we're seeing more and more people that have these challenges, like Heather Mills dancing with the
Yes,
stars.
yeah, good for her.
And what was it like for you to see her, especially because you're a dance major?
Well, yeah,
that I could do that.
Yeah, well, we have different types of disabilities. She actually has her knee and her thigh, and I don't have that, so I would not be able to do something like that. But I applaud anyone who gets out there and does things like the gentleman who won the last comic standing. I mean, it's taking what you have or what
Right.
you don't have and showing the world that, I'm still alive. I'm still able to do something with my life. I'm not. I shouldn't be a prisoner.
Right, and so you're very positive. You can feel that energy about you, but you still have to deal with people out there that are ignorant and uneducated. How do you deal with that? I mean, do you face prejudices, or what do you have to cope with?
It hasn't been so bad for me. I maybe I just have blinders on too. But like when people, especially small children, come up to me, I have no problem with telling them what happened
Right.
and stuff. And I find some people, they'll open the doors for me and stuff, and I always make sure that I thank the person and look them straight in the eye, because they're doing a kindness and they need to be acknowledged for that. And I don't have a problem talking about what would happen, and I always feel like it's educating the public,
Right.
and that's what I think. These television shows, I think they're helping to educate the public.
Right. Now, talking about television shows, your passion is acting.
Yes.
I mentioned My Name is Earl. You've been in
Yes.
that. And you had the last line in
Yes.
Inland Empire.
Yes.
What was that line for our
It's
viewers?
sweet.
This is
And
sweet.
and David Lynch is just an amazing person and director, and he had a vision that he needed a woman with one leg walking in, and walking in on her prosthesis, and I got to do that job too, which is great, because the Earl job and the Inland Empire job, they were on the very same day, but I was able to do both of them.
Right.
And I've been very blessed in that.
So you do wear a prosthetic? You have?
I do have a prosthetic, but my leg and hip is gone, so I sit in this bucket, and it's not very comfortable, and I don't have the high-end prosthetics.
This article referenced about that and sort of the trend. They're becoming fashionable with like tattoos.
I know they're great, but you have to have
But they're expensive.
They are. The knee that I would need cost in itself like $40,000.
Wow.
So they're not cheap. So.
Wow. When you're starring in your next big movie, maybe
then maybe somebody will
give
me
that would be great. I want to start from the show reviews. We have lots of different clips from you over your acting career and sort of a montage. We have you dancing, and we have you doing comedy, which you love, and of course we have you with some clips from My Name Is Earl. So let's take a minute and show the world how talented you are. Okay.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about doing number 86 on my list. Stole a car from a one-legged girl.
You said you love me!
I understand why she was so upset. That car was like a leg to her. If you'll just let me explain.
You son of a...
Wow, you moved pretty good with that leg, Dee. And as handy-capable as one-legged Dee was, her no-legged boyfriend was handy-capabler. Some people could have had it, but Karma wanted them to find other things instead. Things like love.
Watching all those highlights, you're very funny and very, very talented.
Thank you.
What's your favorite thing to do? Is it acting? Is it the comedy? Is it
I love to do comedy. I I do take an acting class and I do a lot of drama, but my heart is in comedy.
And so people can stay tuned to look you up and see maybe when you're doing some routines. So.
Yeah. I hope to actually get out in the local LA area and start doing some of my sketch work again and improv.
Yeah. I want to go back to talking about your situation, what happened to you with losing your leg, and especially for viewers out there that may be in a similar situation, things that you might share about the challenges and how you coped.
Yeah. Well, when I first actually knew about the tumor, it was they were immediately saying, we'll have to amputate your leg and hip, and I just, I thought that maybe that should be the last option. So I did a lot of alternative therapies, and I believe that they did help me stay alive. But in the end, I needed a combination of Western and Eastern medicine for myself, and I'm very grateful to all the doctors and nurses and healthcare providers that did help me throughout the years, and my friends and family.
Right.
And I have a great support group around me, and my own thing is that you do have to take charge of your health. When as you're going through challenges and illnesses, and you have to educate yourself, and you have to do what feels right in your heart. So, and I think that helped me.
Right. And when you say support groups, were there actually groups that you could meet with people that have lost a limb and everything? That would be helpful.
Yes. I actually at UCLA there was an amputee support group that I went to, and filled with amazing people, and not everyone lost their leg through illness, but there was people lost their leg through accidents and things like that, and now there'll be more and more people with amputations.
With the war going on, we're seeing all that, veterans
so I believe it's important to connect with people who have amputations, so that because it is very, very difficult, for those first few months, if not years, afterwards, and it is important to get out and talk and to meet with people, so that you can actually see that there can be life.
Right.
After.
In a way, you don't necessarily get over it, but you manage it.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, if you look back when you were told you were going to lose your leg, and where you are now, would you ever expected you to feel the way you are, or?
Oh no! Initially it was like, my life is over, and it's not that I defined myself by my leg, but I defined myself as I'm a whole being. And the thing is, I'm still a whole being. I'm just missing part of my leg.
And how is this for your son? You have a 16-year-old. I have
Yes.
teenagers, so
Yeah.
it's a funky time anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and just dealing with mom. So, how does that going for you?
Well, we're both going through hormonal changes now, so it's a little difficult. But I had the amputation when he was 4.5, and
you were in your 20s, right? 'Cause at the time of your amputation.
Well, I was actually in my 30s,
Okay.
but I was in my 20s when the cancer came. But he's a lot of help. He's a great kid. I can't carry a lot, and so he goes with me to the grocery store. He puts away the groceries. He helps do things, and he doesn't do it with a smile on his face all the time.
Right.
But he. He's a great kid, and I'm very lucky.
Do you get to bring
have
him on the set ever, or is he the first one to say, tune in tonight, you're on?
I think he's very proud, but he doesn't necessarily like to show it in front of me because he's a teenager right now.
Right. I know in my own TV shows, my kids are always saying, change the channel.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
But they do love us.
Yeah.
Well, as we're wrapping up here, anything you want to share with our viewers? I haven't asked you, maybe your goals, your own dream that you have right now.
Well, I would love to be able to act full time, of course, and get a series regular or do guest starring roles or things like that. But even if I don't get that, I still feel like I've had a great life. I have wonderful friends and family, and I still get out there and I do things for myself. So I think even if I'm not like on TV or in the movies, I'll still be acting.
Yeah, you're doing great
Yeah.
things. And thank you so much for being here.
It's
We'll
my
have you back in
pleasure.
the studio.
I would
and
love
we'll
to
stay
do
tuned
that.
and keep watching you on the big screen.
Thank you.
All right, Tracy Ashton. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Community Connection. I'm Liz Brown Swanson. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone.